My dear soul, there are no accidents in this universe. Everything is divinely timed, perfectly placed, and lovingly orchestrated. So, if these words have reached you, it means you were meant to hear them. Right here, right now. You may think it was a coincidence, but it's not. This message has found you because your heart is ready, your soul is listening, and your life is about to shift. You are being guided, even when it feels like silence. Even when nothing makes sense. Even when your prayers seem to echo back without an answer. The truth is, the universe is never ignoring you. The silence you hear is not absence, it is preparation, it is alignment. It is love taking form behind the scenes. You may feel like you've been left alone, wandering without direction, searching for signs that never seem to arrive. But your soul knows something your mind has forgotten. Divine guidance does not always shout. Often it whispers. It speaks in the pauses between your breaths, in the gentle pull of your intuition, in the sudden moment of stillness when everything tells you to stop and just be. There have been times when you begged for clarity, when you asked, "Why is this happening to me?" and heard nothing in return. You thought you were being ignored, abandoned. But looking back, haven't you seen how things eventually made sense? How certain people left so better ones could enter? How one closed door brought you to something greater? That wasn't coincidence, that was guidance. That was love. You are being guided in ways you cannot yet see. Just like the roots of a tree grow in silence and darkness before the blossom breaks through the soil, your life is preparing for something new. Just because you can't hear the answer doesn't mean one isn't being given. Sometimes the answer is already within you. Sometimes the silence is the space where you become strong enough to receive what you truly deserve. It's easy to trust when life is flowing, when things are going well and the signs are clear and the path is smooth. But true growth happens when nothing is certain, when all you can do is trust. That's when your faith is built. That's when your soul stretches into new dimensions. That's when you surrender, not out of weakness, but out of strength. Because you begin to understand. Not everything needs to be figured out right now. Some things just need to be allowed. The universe is not in a hurry, and neither should you be. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are unfolding. Every detour is still part of the path. Every delay is still divine, and every moment of silence is filled with wisdom. If you stop fighting it and begin to listen with your heart instead of your ears, remember, guidance is not always a lightning bolt. Often it's a soft nudge, a knowing that doesn't come with proof, a gentle voice within that tells you this isn't for you or it's time to rest. Sometimes it comes as a heartbreak that frees you, a job loss that redirects you, a relationship that ends so you can begin again. This time more whole. You might not feel guided right now. You might feel forgotten, but you are not. Every tear you've cried has been counted. Every wish you've made has been heard. And every single day you've shown up, even when it was hard, that has not gone unnoticed by the loving energy that created you. When the world is loud and your heart is heavy, find your way back to stillness. In that quiet, say to yourself, I don't need to know everything right now. I trust that life is working for me. Let that become your prayer, your practice, your peace. Even the stars don't shine all at once. They wait for darkness to reveal their beauty, just like you. Your light is not gone. It is simply waiting for the right moment to rise. And when it does, you'll look back and realize that every quiet moment, every silent chapter was preparing you for the radiance you were born to embody. So breathe. Rest. Let go of the need to rush or figure everything out. Life is not punishing you. It is preparing you. And the silence, it's not empty. It's full of answers you don't yet understand. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are being guided. Gently, lovingly, purposefully, every step of the way. Even now, especially now. Nothing is missing. You already carry the light. Even if you can't feel it yet. Even if you've spent your life searching outside of yourself, thinking love, worth, happiness, or healing lives somewhere out there, somewhere beyond your reach. But here's the quiet, sacred truth. What you are looking for is already within you. It always has been. We've been conditioned to believe that fulfillment comes from doing more, being more, achieving more, that we need to be prettier, smarter, more successful, more loved, more confident, always more. But you were never created to chase after your own wholeness. You were born whole. You were born enough. Though life may have made you forget that truth, it has never stopped being real. The light you're trying to find in others already lives in your spirit. It shines quietly in the way you care. It radiates in the way you show up even when you're exhausted. It glows in the parts of you that have survived heartbreak, disappointment, and loneliness, and still choose to love. You may not always feel like it, but you are a living, breathing expression of light. Sometimes we don't feel our light because it's been buried under years of doubt, guilt, or fear, or because others told us we weren't good enough and we believed them. So we started looking everywhere else, in people, in relationships, in accomplishments, hoping to find the missing pieces of ourselves. But what if you're not missing anything? What if everything you are seeking is just waiting for you to remember who you are? You don't need to earn your worth. You don't need to prove your value. The truth is, you are inherently radiant. You are sacred. You are valuable, not because of what you do, but simply because of who you are. Because you exist. Because you are here. That is enough. And even if your life hasn't looked the way you thought it would, even if your path has been messy or uncertain, your light has never gone out. Maybe it flickered, maybe it dimmed, but it has always been there, quiet, steady, waiting for you to turn inward and see it again. We live in a world that's obsessed with fixing what isn't broken, with convincing you that you need to be someone else in order to be worthy of love or happiness. But your power doesn't come from becoming someone new. It comes from coming home to yourself, from unlearning the lies, from reconnecting with your truth. You already carry the wisdom, the strength, the love, the joy that you seek. And when you begin to trust that truth, your energy changes. You stop trying to chase and instead you begin to attract. You stop begging for validation and start embodying peace. You stop living in fear and start showing up in light. This journey back to yourself isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about learning to sit with yourself in the quiet moments and say, I am enough as I am. It's about realizing that self-love isn't something you find at the end of a finish line. It's something you choose every day. Through compassion, through patience, through kindness to your own soul. Even when you doubt yourself, even when your mind tells you you're not doing enough, your inner light is still there. It may be hidden beneath a layer of tiredness or pain, but it never dies. And the more you turn toward it, the stronger it grows. Look at how far you've come, not just in achievements, but in healing, in awareness, in choosing yourself again and again, even when it was hard. That is what the light looks like. Not some perfect glow, but the quiet bravery to keep going, to keep loving, to keep hoping. You already carry the light. It's in your smile, your tears, your resilience. It's in your ability to still dream even after disappointment. It's in your willingness to begin again even after being broken. It's in the softness you refuse to lose, no matter how many times the world has tried to harden you. So stop waiting for something or someone to complete you. You are already whole. You are already radiant. You are already everything you need to be. In this moment, breathe that in. Let it land in your heart. Say it softly to yourself. I'm not missing anything. I already carry the light. Let that truth live in your bones. Let it soften your self-judgment. Let it bring you peace. Release the pain. It has served its purpose. You don't need to carry it anymore. It's okay to let it go now. Whatever happened, whoever hurt you, whatever broke your heart or made you feel small, it's not yours to hold forever. Pain visits us to teach us, to awaken us, to open our hearts in ways nothing else can. But it is not meant to stay. Pain is a messenger, not a lifelong companion. You've held onto the wound because you thought it protected you. You believed that if you remembered how badly it hurt, you could guard yourself from ever feeling that way again. But in truth, holding on to pain only keeps you frozen in the moment it happened. You're not protecting yourself. You're punishing yourself over and over again for something you didn't deserve in the first place. You are allowed to let it go, not because what happened was okay, but because you are ready to be free. The hurt served its purpose. It made you stronger, more aware, more compassionate. It taught you how to listen to your intuition. It showed you the importance of boundaries, self-worth, and love that is real. But its lesson is complete. Now carrying the weight is only slowing you down. It's time to put it down. It's time to breathe freely again. You are not what happened to you. You are not the pain. You are the one who survived. The one who felt every emotion and still kept going. That strength, that resilience is who you truly are. And now you get to write a new story. One that isn't built from wounds, but from healing. One that isn't rooted in fear, but in love. In love. There's a part of you that may be afraid to let go. Afraid that if you stop hurting, you're somehow invalidating your experience. But letting go doesn't mean it didn't matter. It means you're choosing yourself over the suffering. It means you're no longer willing to live every day with the weight of what can't be changed. It means you're ready to feel something new, something lighter, something kinder, something true. Forgiveness isn't saying it's okay. Forgiveness is saying, I choose peace over pain. I choose growth over bitterness. I choose freedom. You don't have to wait for an apology to begin healing. You don't have to wait for someone else to change. You can begin right now with one choice: to no longer let pain define your future. Maybe the pain taught you to be more gentle with yourself. Maybe it showed you who you never want to become. Maybe it revealed what you deserve in love, in friendship, in life. Then bless it for what it brought and release it. You don't need to relive the story. You don't need to replay the moment. You don't need to keep asking why. The past cannot be rewritten. But your future is still blank, still open, still waiting for you to create it with new hands, new heart, new light. Feel what you need to feel. Cry if you must, rage if you must. But when you're ready, and I believe you are, give yourself the permission to move on. You are allowed to wake up one day and decide you don't want to hurt anymore. You are allowed to say, this is where I rise. This is where I stop letting my past bleed into my future. Your heart was not meant to be a museum of all the times it was broken. It was meant to be a garden, something that grows, something that blooms, something that is soft and strong all at once. And that's still possible for you, no matter what you've been through, no matter who walked away, no matter what you lost, you can begin again. Release the pain, thank it, bless it, and let it move on. Your next chapter needs room to breathe. Your joy needs space to return. Your soul needs light, not the burden of what was. There is more waiting for you than you've even begun to imagine, but it can't enter your life while your hands are full of yesterday's sorrow. So take a deep breath and whisper to yourself, I release the pain. It has served its purpose. I no longer need to carry it. I choose peace. I choose freedom. I choose me. Let that become your truth. Let that become your beginning. And know deep in your being that something beautiful is already on its way to you because you finally made room for it. You are worthy without proving anything. You don't need to earn your right to be loved. You don't need to justify your existence with accomplishments or perfect behavior. You don't need to become someone else, achieve more, or be better to finally deserve peace. Right now, in this very moment, just as you are enough. You were born enough. Long before the world gave you rules, labels, and standards. Long before anyone made you feel like you had to chase approval to matter. At your core, beyond your achievements, beyond your looks, beyond your titles and your past, you are whole. You are sacred, and nothing can take that away from you. So many of us have spent our lives trying to earn our worth. We've worked harder, pushed ourselves more, stayed quiet when we wanted to speak, changed ourselves to fit into someone else's mold, all for the hope that we would finally be seen, finally be valued. But that kind of love, the kind you have to fight for, beg for, or shrink for, it's not real. And it's certainly not required. Real worth is not transactional. It is not measured in degrees, followers, beauty, status, or money. Real worth is not determined by whether someone chooses you, accepts you, or understands you. You are not more valuable because you're busy. You are not more lovable because you're successful. You don't become more deserving because you're constantly giving yourself away. You are worthy simply because you exist. And the moment you start believing that, your entire life begins to change. You stop trying to convince people to love you. You stop exhausting yourself to be chosen. You stop living like you're always falling short. And you start living like someone who is already enough. There is a quiet power that comes when you no longer seek permission to be yourself. When you no longer perform for approval, when you begin to show up fully without apology and say, this is who I am. I am not perfect. I am still learning, but I am worthy of love, peace, and joy right now. That power isn't loud. It doesn't scream for attention. It radiates. It attracts. It knows. You don't have to do more to be enough. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to carry everyone. You don't have to get it all right. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to choose yourself, not because you've proven anything, but because you matter. There will always be people who try to measure you by how much you produce, how useful you are, or how closely you fit their image of who you should be. But your worth isn't up for debate. It is not in their hands. It is not something they give you. It's something you already own. And when you reclaim that truth, you stop asking others to validate what has always been true. You begin to see that you are already beautiful in your becoming. You are already valuable in your imperfections. You are already lovable in your mess, in your vulnerability, in your quiet strength. You don't need to do more to belong here. You already belong. It's okay to be proud of your growth, your success, your ambition, but don't let them become the reason you believe you're finally good enough. Because the day will come when you won't be productive, when things fall apart, when someone walks away. And on that day, your worth must still stand. It must stand not on shaky ground, but on the unshakable truth that you are always whole. You have nothing to prove. Not to your parents, not to your ex, not to society, not even to yourself. You are not a project to be fixed. You are a soul to be loved. You are not your performance. You are not your past. You are not how well you hide your pain. So take a deep breath, let go of the weight, the pressure, the impossible standards, and say to yourself with tenderness, I am enough. Not because of what I've done, but because of who I am. Not because I earned it, but because I exist. You don't need to earn your rest. You don't need to accomplish healing on a deadline. You don't need to wear a mask to be worthy of love. Just as the sun rises without asking if it's done enough, just as the ocean waves keep rolling without wondering if they're worthy to reach the shore, you too can simply be, and that is more than enough. The universe wants to bless you now, not tomorrow, not one day, not when you've finally figured it all out or earned your way to worthiness. Right now, in this very breath, in this very moment, you are standing under the open skies of grace, and the blessings you've been waiting for are already on their way. You may not see it yet, you may not feel it, you may still be healing, still doubting, still wondering if things will ever get better, but know this, there is movement in the unseen. There is a sacred intelligence working behind the scenes of your life, aligning people, opportunities, and moments that will meet you exactly where you are, not because you begged for them, not because you proved yourself, but because you are ready, even if you don't feel like it yet. Sometimes the biggest blessings come after the deepest pain, after the letting go, after the breaking, after the long silence where you wondered if anyone or anything was listening. But those seasons weren't wasted. The struggle refined you. The loneliness brought you back to yourself. The delays protected you from what your spirit wasn't meant to carry. And now the universe is shifting. It sees the work you've done, even if no one else does. It sees the tears you cried in silence. It sees how you still chose love, still chose hope, still showed up when everything felt heavy. This is your time. Not because it's perfect, not because you have all the answers, but because you are open, because something inside you, no matter how small, is saying, I'm ready to receive. That whisper is enough to activate miracles. That tiny, trembling yes is all the universe needs to begin pouring into you what has been waiting in the wings all along. You don't have to chase your blessings. You don't have to beg for them. You simply have to believe you're worthy of them. You simply have to say, I am open, I am willing, I am here. When you stop chasing and start trusting, you allow the energy of life to flow through you. You align, you magnetize, you attract. Let go of the belief that everything has to be hard. Let go of the idea that you have to suffer your way to joy. Blessings are not rewards for pain. They are your natural birthright. You were never meant to live in lack, in fear, in constant struggle. You were meant to thrive, to feel peace, to rise gently into your purpose, to live from love, not survival, If you've been in a season of waiting, of uncertainty, take heart. The waiting is not a punishment, it's preparation. You're being softened, strengthened, stripped of what can't come with you into your next chapter. Don't let temporary silence make you forget how deeply you are supported. The universe is not ignoring you. It's creating something you don't yet have the words to ask for. And when it comes, when the love, the peace, the opportunity, the healing arrives, it will feel so natural, so aligned, you'll wonder why you ever doubted. That's the beauty of divine timing. It doesn't make sense until it does. It doesn't appear until you're truly ready to hold it. So release the pressure. You don't need to be perfect to be blessed. You don't need to figure everything out. You just need to stay open, soft, receptive. Trust that what is for you will not miss you. Trust that the delay is not a denial. Trust that every no was leading you to a greater yes. And trust that the universe is conspiring not just to heal you, but to elevate you. Right now, doors are opening for you in places you haven't even stepped into yet. Right now, love is being sent to you through people you haven't met. Right now, peace is being stirred in your spirit, even if your mind hasn't caught up. Right now, your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered. That is how deeply you are supported. That is how loved you are. And when the blessing comes, because it will, don't question whether you deserve it. Don't shrink. Don't sabotage. Receive it with grace. Receive it with a heart that says, thank you. I'm ready, because you are ready. The universe wants to bless you now, not because you've done something extraordinary, but because you are something extraordinary. You are love. You are light. You are already enough. Trust the timing. It's all unfolding perfectly. Even when it doesn't feel like it, even when it seems like everyone else is moving forward and you're standing still, even when your plans fall apart, your path is unclear, and the answers just won't come. Trust that life is not working against you. Trust that the delays, the detours, the pauses, and even the heartbreaks all serve a purpose greater than your current understanding. There is a rhythm to the universe, a divine order that we can't always see. Just as seasons change, flowers bloom, and tides rise without force, your life is also unfolding in its own perfect timing. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to make it happen faster. You don't need to panic because you're not where you thought you would be. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right where you are meant to be. Sometimes things don't happen when you want them to because something better is being prepared. Other times, the delay gives you space to grow, to heal, or to gain the clarity you need to truly receive what you've been asking for. The waiting is not punishment, it's preparation, it's protection. It's divine love in action. You may not realize it now, but there are so many things that had to be delayed to save your heart, to keep you on your highest path, or to gently redirect you towards something greater than you could imagine. If you had forced it, rushed it, or gotten it too soon, it may not have lasted. It may not have been aligned. It may not have allowed you to become who you are meant to be. What if you trusted that right now, even as you wait, even as you struggle to understand, something beautiful is quietly unfolding for you? What if you believed that your prayers were heard the moment they left your lips? And now, the universe is simply arranging the details, shifting energy, guiding people, aligning moments to meet you at the perfect time. You don't have to do it all alone. You don't have to figure everything out right now. Your only job is to show up with faith, to listen to your inner voice, to take inspired steps and surrender the rest, to be still when the moment calls for stillness, and to move when the energy feels right. There is no force in flow. There is no desperation in trust. The mind will often try to convince you that you're running out of time, that if it hasn't happened yet, it won't. But the soul knows better. The soul understands divine timing. The soul understands that what's meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant to stay. The soul trusts in the pauses. The soul knows that your journey is sacred and right on time. Think of all the things in your life that once confused you, hurt you, or felt unfair. And now, with time, you can see the wisdom in them, the growth, the redirection. That is proof that everything truly happens for a reason, even if you can't see that reason right away. One day, you'll look back on this moment, the one you're in right now, and see that it was preparing you for something your heart was ready for, but your mind wasn't yet able to understand. So let yourself breathe. Let yourself release the need to control every outcome. Let yourself rest in the knowing that all things are coming together, even if it looks like they're falling apart. Your story isn't over. The best parts haven't even arrived yet. The love, the peace, the success, the healing, the joy. It's all making its way to you, not late, not early, but precisely on time. Keep watering your dreams, even if you can't see the bloom yet. Keep showing up with an open heart. Keep believing that everything you've been through is shaping you into the person who will be ready to receive what's coming. Because it is coming. Life is not withholding from you, it is preparing you. You are not forgotten, you are not being tested for sport. You are being gently guided through each chapter of your life, one step at a time. And while you may not know exactly how things will unfold, you can trust that they will. You can trust that behind every delay, every detour, every unanswered question, there is a higher plan at work, one that honors you, one that serves you, one that loves you. So don't lose hope. Don't rush the process. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Just keep walking, keep trusting, keep allowing. Because even now, in ways you can't see yet, it's all unfolding perfectly.